Hello and welcome to Jamsin Entertainment. I'm Steve. This is my brother Rich. This is a special installment for Movie Stuff Friday. We're talking about the future and possible future of Star Wars on the big screen. Now, as we mentioned in our Rogue One review, people are walking away from Force Awakens and Rogue One saying they're good. I both love them personally. And I see them only as like stepping stones and them getting their feet wet, them testing the waters. So if you're walking away from having a good feeling of Star Wars, I'd be very thankful for that. Because it's only going to get awesome from here. They showed us what they're capable of, and I can't wait to see what else they're going to do. What about you?
I'm glad I wasn't disappointed. They're good movies.
Now, we talked about Kyle Katarn and how, as of right now, he is in the Legends part of Star Wars. And to my knowledge, I'm pretty sure when Lucas sold the rights to Star Wars, that included all the books that were written about it because he owned Star Wars. I'll put it in the description below if that's true. I'm pretty sure that Disney has everything Star Wars you can think of.
No, because like I said, they would have used the Kyle Katarn story. That was a great story.
They didn't use Lucas's story for episodes 7, 8, and 9.
Mm.
He went to them when he sold them, like, I have
I'm
ideas
just saying,
down.
if they bring Kyle Katarn into later stuff, what's the point? Why not use him for his original purpose of stealing the Death Star plans?
Because
there's no point in having the character at all, then.
No, there is a point. Because in the Legends, you still have the story of Kyle rescuing Crix Nadine, who is a defector of the Empire. And Nadine is in episode 6. So they can still use that. Kyle was written as a behind-the-scenes character. He does missions that are...
Because he's Black Ops.
Right. He does missions that aren't on the books and are deemed impossible. In the Dark Forces storyline, that's how he starts out, stealing the Death Star plans and then doing other impossible missions like...
Project Dark Trooper.
And...
That's all there is.
And rescuing the defector.
Well, the defector was leaking information about Project Dark Trooper.
In Dark Forces 2, Jedi Knight, you find out that he is Force sensitive, which makes sense of why all these impossible missions were made possible for Kyle. So they can still use that, and yes, I can see Luke being the sole teacher of the new Jedi Order, but wouldn't it be a little better if they had Kyle Katarn, the Battle Master, in there? And for those who don't know who Kyle Katarn is, think Han Solo as a gray Jedi. Kyle's view of the Force is that it's neither good nor bad, it's the user. And so he delves in both sides of the Force. And to add on to that, also in episode 6, you get a hint of Luke doing the same thing. When he enters Jabba's palace, he force chokes the pig guards. You don't know if those guards are dead or not. They're possibly just knocked out.
No, he just gets them out of the way. He doesn't actually kill them because
yeah,
he does this to each of them and they just walks on by.
Yeah, they're choking. He just knocks them out. He takes the wind from them.
Afterwards, they're getting their breath back. They don't die.
Right. That's a great Jedi. They use the dark side, Force powers, but only as a tool. They also use light side powers. Yeah. Just think of how much more interesting and how much expansive the universe would get.
We had a Jedi with a spine.
Luke gets a bad rap. If you actually watch all the movies...
Oh, you should read the books. He's an absolute wuss.
He has a great story arc in the movies. So, the chances are slim, but however unlikely, if possible, they might find a use for Kyle Katarn and exploit it. Possible though, it would be just phenomenal to see another Jedi Master on the screen. Because they can use him. There's enough information there.
I don't think they own the rights to Kyle Katarn. I'm almost certain they don't.
Like I said, I'll put it in the descriptions below if they do have all the expanded universe, the Legends part, because that means then they have a really small canon to work with. Another reason why I think they own the rights to Katarn is that they have Thrawn in Rebels.
They specifically bought the rights to Thrawn
I-
because Kyle is really, really cool and awesome, but Thrawn is so unbelievably iconic in the expanded universe that they picked him up.
Since I didn't have a review for Force Awakens, I'll touch on that one thing that I think would have made the movie better. Instead of having a Supreme Leader...
What, originality?
Well, there is originality in there, just not a whole lot. Instead of Supreme Leader Snoke, how cool would it have been if Admiral Thrawn was leading the First Order? Because that makes sense. Admiral Thrawn, through the entire on-screen trilogy, is off on another part of the galaxy. So when he hears about the fall of the Emperor and the destruction of the second Death Star and that fleet, it makes sense to just come over and like, okay, I gotta take care of this now. But we didn't get that. But we do have Thrawn in Rebels, which we both still need to see and hear really good things about. Let us know what you think in the descriptions below the future of Star Wars in cinema. We're interested to hear it.
It's very likely that Rey will lose her hand in the next movie.
Oh yeah, that's right. How could I forget about that? I'm rooting for Rey to be Luke's daughter, mostly because I have a bet with my cousin Ryan. I bet I don't feel like losing because it involves one of us wearing a Jar Jar Binks mask to episode 9, and I'd much rather not wear a Jar Jar Binks mask.
You could make it commemorative and wear a Princess Leia dress.
Don't give him ideas. If you like what you saw, like it. If you think other people will like it, share it. If you really liked it, hit the subscribe button. And remember, live your imagination.